Hello students, how are you? Today we are going to discuss trigonometry. Suppose you are standing at a certain height, okay? The building's height is known. Let us say it is a 10 meter. You are sitting at the bottom of a temple, and just from the temple to the bottom of the hill or the building you are standing, in between them there is a pond, let us say. Now if this angle you can find and the height of the building where you are sitting, how can you find out the width of the pond? Let us think of another scenario. Let us say there is a balloon, okay? It's a helium balloon, let us say. It has gone above and neither it's moving up nor down. At a certain level it is floating around, okay? Now you are standing. If you know, let us say one telescope you have, and you have to rotate it from this, or you can rotate it from on the vertical. If this angle, somehow one angle and what is it's a distance from here to here that let us say that's 10 meter and this is 30 degree, or let us say 60 degree. Then at what height the balloon is, this height is required. Can you calculate that height? So all these kind of challenges can be met by dealing with right angle triangles. As you are seeing here, this angle is a right angle triangle, and the summation of three angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degree. So if this is theta, this must be 90 minus theta. Similarly, if this is theta, this is theta. From if you draw a vertical here, this will be theta, because alternate angles, and since this is a 90 degree, this will be 90 minus theta. Okay, that means if we can know certain ratios, we can generalize the ratios of right angle triangles, then we can get a lot of practical applications out of that. But and all those applications with the we will call them trigonometric ratios. We'll be defining some ratios in some time, but before that we will start from the very fundamental. What's an angle? From there we are going. So the definition of a trigonometry is, it is the branch of a mathematics dealing with the study of angles and the ratios of sides of a right angle triangle. Let us say this is a circle with a center O and its radius is R, let us say. Okay, now if let's call this point to be A, let's name this point to be A. Now OA is called the position vector of A. Now you imagine that A is revolving in a circle around O. From A, let us say it has moved to a distance. Now the position is A dash, let us say. Okay, now this has moved some distance along this, right? Let us call that L. The arc length, the arc of AA dash, the length of the arc AA dash is L, let us say, and the radius is R, let us say. Now see, this is the new position vector. OA dash is the new position vector. You can imagine that the position vector OA has moved as the particle from A to A dash it moves. You can imagine that the position vector has rotated through certain factor. That certain factor through which the position vector has rotated is called one angle. Is it clear? Now after we understand a physical quantity, our next step is to measure it. This is measured, the unit is a radian, but we have to define what one radian is first. So we imagine, see, whatever is the length of the radius, the arc length also if is equal to R. At that instant, when the arc length is equal to the radius, then how much angle is subtended at the center is called 1 radian. And experimentally it is seen that like that 2 pi radians, when it rotates, it comes to the same point again. So 1 radian is equal to R by R. So 1. But for any other arc, let us say A has come to A double dash. So the position vector has rotated by some other angle, right? Now this is theta. Now this angle is theta. Now theta, instead of 1 radian, that angle only we will call be 1 radian when the arc length is equal to radius. But when it is not equal to radius, so instead of a r, we will put L, any length, it can be divided by r. So theta is equal to L by r is the fundamental relation between the angle, the arc length and the radius. And this AOA dash or AOA double dash, we call it a sector. Okay. So a sector is a part of a circle only. So in any sector, if at the center, whatever angle is subtended is theta, if the arc length is L and r is the radius, then the formula theta is equal to L by r always holds good. Clear? But now from this we have got the idea of what is theta, what is angle. But after that, what is trigonometry? As the definition says, trigonometry is the branch of mathematics dealing with the study of angles and the ratios of the sides of a right angle triangle only. Now, the angle can be from 0 to 360. Any angle can it be, but see, 0 to 360, it can be anything in between that. But if the angle is between 0 to 90 degree, it's called acute angle. And if it's more than 90 degree, that's called obtuse angle. But what we'll do now is, for some standard angles, standard acute angles, so what are the ratios we'll define first. Those are called trigonometric ratios or T ratio. Let us say this is theta. Okay. Let us see. Let us assume one right angle triangle, right angle at B. Then see the theta, the side of the triangle, there are three sides, right? Two sides, there is 90 degree between two sides and there is the largest side. The largest side is called hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, small h. The side which is in touch with theta is called the base. We write it small b. And we denote the other side as the perpendicular, and we denote that as a small p. Okay. So in terms of a PB and H, we define certain T ratios or trigonometric ratios. Sin theta is equal to P by H, cos theta is equal to B by H, and tan theta is equal to P by B. Sin theta is equal to P by H, cos theta is equal to B by H, and tan theta is equal to P by B. There are other three ratios which are just inverse of them. For example, cosec theta, sin theta's inverse is cosec theta is equal to 1 by sin theta, that is H by P. Then sec theta is equal to 1 by cos theta, that is H by B. And cot theta is equal to 1 by tan theta, that's B by P. How to remember them quickly? Let us see. So T ratio will take here. The ratio is, there are 6 ratios as I said you: sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosec theta, sec theta, cot theta. And what are the standard angles? Well, the standard angles are 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. Okay. So we are talking of 0 to 90 only, and from that all the angles, how we can find out. One trick we will discuss regarding that as well. You imagine one hand symbol, okay, like this. Let us say this 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, this finger is 60 degree and the thumb is 90 degree. Okay. Now for cos, I'll write in a black color, and in a different color I'll write for a sine. Let us say we'll start for first a sine is there, so we'll start like 0 1, 2, 3, 4. We have numbered the fingers. Now, if we'll number the fingers for sine, this is so. For cosine, if we do, it will be, we'll start from this side. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, what is the formula? See, I erase it here. You have understood now, right? The formula is for sine theta, we'll write root x by 2 we will take, and for cos theta we will take root x by 2. The formula is same for both. Now you will tell me the values from the trick. Okay. Now what is sine 0? Put sine 0, root x by 2 will put, but sine is a black color. Okay. So in black color the 0 is a first, 0 by 2. So 0, right? What is sine 30? Now we are putting all the signs first so that you are looking only the black colored numbers, right? So 1 by root 1 is 1 by 2. Sine 45 is the middle finger, 2. So root 2 by 2. So 1 by root 2, right? 60, 3. So for x you put 3, root 3 by 2. For 90, this x is a 4. So root under 4 is a 2 by 2 is equal to 1. Clear? Now see, the trick is, you have understood this, right? The trick is all the other ratios will be followed from this only. Nothing is required. Now see, cos is in green. Now green color is 0, right? So cos 0 degree is equal to, you see green, x you put a 4. So 2 by 2, 1, right? Now cos 30 degree, you take green one, 3. For x you put 3, root 3 by 2. Now cos 45 degree, again 2. So 1 by root 2. See, root 2 by 2 is 1 by root 2. Now cos 60, put 3. Cos 60, put 1, green color, 1 by 2. And cos 90, this is 0, green color, put, it's 0. Okay. Now see, only the first row you have to remember using your trick. After that, you see whatever is from this side, don't you think that this is just reversed? See, 0, half, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2, 1. From this side, if you will start 0, half, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2, 1. And after that also you can fill yourself, because tan theta is equal to sine theta by cos theta. So 0 by 1, 0. This is 1 by 2 by root 3 by 2, 1 by root 3. This is 1 by root 2 by 1 by root 2, 1. And tan theta is a sine theta by cos theta. Tan 60 is equal to sine 60 by cos 60, root 3. And this 1 by 0 is equal to infinite. Now these three is homework for you. You can do it on your own. Cosec theta is equal to 1 by sine theta. So cosec 0 is equal to 1 by sine 0. Like that, all these things you have to put. You can put already. So these are the standard. These are called the standard angles. And for all the standard angles, so all the trigonometric ratios we have identified. Isn't it very simple? Now we are going to see the T ratios of any angle. Now first we saw only the standard angles, and standard angles also between 0 to 90 degree only. Now of any angle can be any of these trigonometric ratios. So how we can find out? Let's see that. For that we will follow certain conventions, okay? And the convention, see, 360 degrees we will divide into 4 quadrants, okay? This is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. Okay, now let us say this the O, and from here the position vector starts rotating, and when it comes back till here, that is 360 degrees. So this is, we can say 0 degree, this is 0 to 90, that's 90 degree, this is 270 degrees, I am very sorry, this is 180 degrees, this is, see, 0 plus 90, another plus 90. So it's 270 degrees, and this is 360 degrees, and 360 degrees is coinciding with the 0 degree again. We will call this a first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and a fourth quadrant. Okay. Now here what trigonometric ratio is a positive, here what is positive, here what is positive, here what is positive. To remember that, we will follow a simple trick which says, see, it is ASTC, but to remember that you can say this add sugar to coffee. Add sugar to coffee. So basically what? Add a sugar, S T C. So we have to remember only this much, A S T, and this quadrant is a C. And what do we mean by that? See, A means all trigonometric ratios are positive in the first quadrant. Okay, so it is all positive. Okay, in the second quadrant SC is there, so sine is positive. Okay, now see, sine theta is equal to 1 by cosec theta. That's why sine and cosec both are positive. See, if something is a positive, 1 by that much also will be a positive quantity only. So sine and cosec are positive. So when whatever positive, that only we are remembering. That means apart from these four, everything else in this quadrant will be negative. Okay, here A as a T, here 10 and 1 by 10 is cot. 10 and cot are positive. That means rest all apart from these two, total 6 ratios we found, right? Others are negative. And this is cos. C is for cos. If cos is positive, simultaneously 1 by cos, that is sec, and sec are positive in the fourth quadrant. That means rest all are negative. Dekho, to find out any T ratio of any angle, we will follow certain steps. The first step is divide the angle into two parts. One part will be 90 or 180 or 270 or 360, and the next part will be less than 90. With an example, I'll make you understand this. Let us say the question is of sine 120 degree is equal to how much? We don't know. We have to find out. Now we will express this in terms of two parts, summation of two parts we will put. First part will be 90 or 180 or 270 or 360. Let us say we will write it as sine 120, we can write as a 90 plus 30. Yes or no? 90 degree plus 30 degree we can write it. So till this first part is over, step 2. If first step is 90 or 270, sine will become cos or cos will become sine. It's both way. 10, if it's 10 it will become cot, or if it's cot it will become 10. Sec becomes cosec, cosec becomes sec. Here it is sine, so this must will become cos. Sine 90 plus theta is equal to cos theta. We'll write cos 30 degree. But it will be positive or a negative. See, fourth step says attach. Okay, third step says after second we put this was the second step. Third step says if the first part is 180 or 360, no change will be there. But if a second step says if it's 90 or 270, in this case it was 90, sine will become cos. So this became cos. Fourth step says attach positive or negative value as per the ASTC rule. ASTC, see, it is sine 120. 120 means where it is 90 plus theta, somewhere here, right? So here sine is a positive, so put positive sign. So cos 30 is the answer. And cos 30, I have erased that from the table. You remember cos 30 is equal to how much? Root 3 by 2. Now the thing is, you can apply those steps in a different way, because see, first step is fine. When it says divide the angle into two parts, now this also can be written as alternatively sine 120 degree also you can write as, see, from 90 we have wrote one, from 180 also we can write it. So we can write it as 180, I am very sorry, it is sine of 180 minus 60 degree. We can write like this also. So if the first part is 180, the third step is saying if the first part is 180 or 360, no change in the T ratio. So sine will remain sine only, right? So sine 60 and plus or minus, see, it is 120. So here it comes, it's positive. So sine 60. and sine 60 from that standard angles, you know, root 3 by 2. The same answer is coming. Whether you are expressing 120 as 90 plus 30, you are getting the same answer. If you are expressing that as 180 minus 60, then also you are getting the same answer. Clear? Okay. Depending on the angle concept, what we had discussed initially in this class, we can take up one example. This question says, convert the angle 43 degree 37 minute into radian. See, this is a minute. Now the thing is, we know the relationship between degree and radian as 2 pi radian 360 degrees is equivalent to 2 pi radian, or 180 degree is equivalent to pi radian. We know that, right? Implies that 1 degree will be equivalent to pi by 180 radian, and 43 degree 37 minute is equal to pi by 180 multiplied by 43 degree and 37 minute. 60 minutes is equal to 1 degree and 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute. So this is 43 into 37 out of 60. Now you solve it, and for pi you can put a 22 by 7 and solve it. The final answer comes 0.762 radian. So it's a homework for you. And apart from this also, at the end of this video, in the description section, you will find the assignment in which I will be giving several questions from every topic, whatever we have discussed here. Only 3 to 4 problems I will be giving, and you will be solving all those. And if you can, then only whatever we have discussed you have understood nicely. Otherwise you can question me, you can WhatsApp me. Hopefully this session remained very useful. Thank you everybody. Wish you all the best.